Peace family, it's your girl Sony checking back in with you. Today I wanted to talk about character and integrity. Two things that cannot be bought. Uh, it's something that's internal. We see it when we speak to you. We see how you carry yourself. We see how you make decisions, what type of decisions you make, how you interact with everyone in your life, from your personal life to your professional life, your children. It embodies everything about you. Even when your name is spoken in harsh terms in your absence, by your character, people will be able to decide whether this is truth or false, things that they're hearing about you. So it's really important that you carry yourself with integrity and be a person of honor and speak your words truthfully. And whether you're a man, you have to carry yourself a certain way. And if you're a woman, you have to carry yourself a certain way because this will help you in the long run in so many different situations. Like I notice every time we have a situation on the news and it's a POC, when you have a criminal history, they bring that up as soon as possible. And this is even when you're a victim of a crime. But your criminal background history will always be brought up because it's a way to justify whatever happened to you. Well, he committed this crime 20 years ago, so that's why we shot him dead in the street, which had nothing to do with the crime that just happened 2 days ago or 2 hours ago. So it's really important that you carry yourself to a certain standard and pray to God that you can stay away from the criminal justice system. I thank God at 53 years old, I have never been in contact with the criminal justice system, except when I worked doing fugitive recovery, getting fingerprints, which I was kind of weirded out over that, but I've never gotten in trouble with the law. Thank God. Um, so that's the only way you could basically keep yourself clear at this point in time, because they will always use your past. And it could have been 30 years ago you did something, because as we grow, we learn, and you do better. When you know better, you do better. But they will use your past against you to justify any situation that has happened. So that's food for thought, because we have a lot of young people out here today that really don't care too much, and they just buck wild and just living recklessly for the most part. It's sad to say, but it's always going to be um, people like that in the world. You just pray for them and pray that eventually they'll wake up. I mean, I told you before, when I was a teenager, all my friends were deviants. I don't think I had one decent friend. Half of them are dead at this point. Some of them didn't live to be 21. Um, and the few that I do have now have gone through the drug game, selling drugs, using drugs, um, finally got their lives together, their parents, grandparents at this point. But where you see them now is not where they were always. They had to go through the fire and learn the hard way. And that's something that we try to help the younger generation so they don't have to go through the fire. Luckily, I was not in the fire. I saw the fire. I knew it was hot. I knew it burned, and I took my behind home. Yeah, it's more than like for someone else to tell her what to do. So I've always put my freedom over anything else. Um, so that is basically it, brothers and sisters. It's about integrity, character, honor, um, and doing the best you can for yourself to educate yourself and to raise your children the right way. If I could do things all over, I tell you, I don't have a lot of regrets in life. But if I could do certain things over, there's only two things I probably would do. Um, I wouldn't have dropped out of high school in 10th, 11th grade. I would have went straight to Spelman College and turned it upside down. I had a ball, a couple of girlfriends, and some degrees. I mean, I would have had a ball. And I would have never dated anyone until I turned a good 30, 32. After college, I would have just traveled the world because there's so much out here that as Americans we have no idea what's out here. We're so used to the oppressiveness of America, not realizing that there's a whole world out here. I think I was like 13 or 14 when I started getting into James Baldwin heavy. And I know he said that every black American should go to Europe at least once because they would see the difference in cultures and the difference and how people treat you. Not that Europe is just so beautiful, but from his experience, he didn't want to run into the racism that he ran into in his own home country, and that says a lot um, as a black man who was a famous writer at the time as well. Even though he's black and gay, but it still said a lot about how he was treated in his homeland compared to his adopted homeland of Paris. So we have to get these passports, and not because of political situations or anything like that, just so you could see the world, just so you can get to experience different cultures. Because as POCs, um, we work hard, we do a lot of things, but we don't give back to ourselves. And that's one thing that we have to start doing, travel and getting to see the world outside of here. All right. So it's about character building, integrity, holding yourself accountable, and to a higher standard. So God forbid if anything ever happens to you, they will not be able to use criminal history against you to try to justify them taking your life or hurting you or whatever the situation will be. As long as you refrain away from the criminal justice system, unless you want to work within it, um, that's the best bet that you could do at this point. And just stay vigilant. And I believe at this point, every person in America um, should have a license to carry and should carry. But it's about protecting yourself. On that note, brothers and sisters, peace and blessings, and I'll talk to you at a later date. Don't forget to tell someone that you love them. You know, it could be anyone. And don't forget to give that same love back to yourself. Self love is the best love. Until next time, brothers and sisters, peace.